Hi there, Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to a Paw Your Way into Our Hearts video combined with a Kit Conspiracy video. Today's video is about our dog, Coda, and the face that she gives you when you have a snack in bed and she wants to partake. She comes up to the side of the bed and puts her little nose up there just like that. And it's super cute, so I definitely wanted to document that. It was kind of a fun picture to take of her. And I thought it was kind of cool to be able to use a different subject other than cars for this garage collection. Now, I know I went a very obvious route for most of my other videos having to do with cars, but it really was the perfect collection for this, or for that. And so I thought, why not? I think MK is doing some things that are a little less obvious, which is totally cool. So you can see several different ways to use this particular collection. Now, our dog is a female dog, and this collection is super masculine, but I really don't think it matters. I think it's kind of rugged and cool looking, and she's kind of a rugged dog anyway. So if you hear her in the background, my apologies. She is outside the door talking. Anyway, I am backing the photo with this paper that has the wood, essentially the wood grain, and I'm liking the way that looks. And then I am going to ink up the edges with some white linen Dilutions acrylic paint. I have been doing that a lot lately, I noticed. It must be my thing right now. But I really like the way that it looks. You kind of get that torn edge look without actually tearing the edge. And in this particular case, for this plaid, I am tearing the edge and going to get a white edge look from the actual torn edge. But you can obviously achieve that kind of a look just with some acrylic paint. And I think that looks kind of cool. It's also a great way to ink up the edges of papers that you don't necessarily want to rip, but you want to have kind of a ripped edge look. And you're going to see me do that with the papers that I put behind my photo. Now, I did consider doing some distressing with my distress tool on this, but then I decided, you know what, I'm just going to go with the white to kind of brighten things up. And I did find a lot of the papers in this collection, while I really like them, they are very dark. And so I liked the addition of the white to kind of make them pop. If you've watched my channel earlier this week, you've seen me use some fuchsia colors and some lime green with this collection. So don't feel like you have to stay within the boundary of this kind of like orange and blue and gray and black, because you can definitely add other colors and make this collection work with that. So. And if you missed those videos, just watch yesterday's video or Monday and Tuesday's videos, and you'll be caught up. Okay, I'm going to use this plaid, I believe, around her. Oh, actually, you know what? I don't use the plaid. I end up using the plaid envelope because I didn't want to cut any more of that paper when I know I'm not going to use this envelope. So I might as well use the envelope first, and then if I need to cut into the paper, I will. So I am inking that up. Or I'm going to call it inking, even though it is acrylic paint. And I will have to trim down the edge of the plaid paper that I just backed that with, because I didn't cut it straight. I just cut the flaps off, and so it's a little wider in the center, and it was a little too wide to go on top of that wood grain paper that has the little like book labels on it. While my paint dries on the photo backer, I am just going to go around with acrylic ink around the entire layout just to kind of make that pop as well. And I'm really liking the level of depth that I get with the white there. It definitely gives that really good layered look, and I think it's fun, and it definitely makes the photo pop, especially since there's a white line around all the way around the photo. Now, I did pull out several pieces from Color Cast Designs, and I've had these for a little bit in my stash, and I was going to use some of those. The one that says Life is Rough and it is spelled R-U-F-F is really old. The circular ones are not quite as old, or not nearly as old, I should say, but I do want to use the Doggone Cute piece. The other ones, I played with them and I thought they might make it on the layout. In the end, they don't. What I was doing while I was just describing that was using my acrylic block as a straight edge to make the bends in this jean envelope. And I'm going to use that as a little holder for my tags. And that way I can write on them and stick the tags in that envelope and have them so that you can actually remove them and read what's in there. Most of my journaling is going to be right on the layout, so you don't have to like pull the tags out and reach inside the page protector. But I think I might note a few extra things about her on the tags so that there will be a little bit of hidden journaling. Not that it's a big secret or anything like that, just because it just gives me an extra place to do a little bit of extra writing. So there I've trimmed down the piece that was right behind the photo, and now it fits a little bit better on top of that wood grain. I was going to try and have my title say, "Life is rough when you're doggone cute," but I didn't really like the way all of those words looked stacked together with the wood veneer. So I do end up using the doggone cute. That little dog wood veneer is going to get used. You're not going to see it until the close-ups. The circular piece on the left-hand side is going to get replaced with the dog. I just felt like it was too wordy of a layout. And I don't mind having a lot of words on there, but they're all big words. And so that felt like they were competing to me. And that's why I decided I'm going to go ahead and just get rid of that circular piece that says "Life is better with a dog," and just use the piece that says "Fave" and "Documented," and then use the dog wood veneer. So this little documented piece, I really like that it has a little frame. I'm going to back it with the black jean paper, and then I'll just write the date in there, not the, I'm writing the date of the photo, not the date that that I'm actually documenting it. So I'll have to remember that, 20 years down the road. But, it's close enough. This was not that long ago. It was like last month. And then I wanted to cover up the mechanic-y, garagey looking stuff on the two tags. So I pulled out a piece of white paper. I crinkled it up quite a bit. I'm going over it with some antique linen, I believe. Actually, no, it's not even antique linen. It's whatever was left over on my tan brush there. I didn't dip it in anything. And then I used the blue brush over that to kind of just give it those wrinkles, a little bit of highs. And then I am just going to adhere them onto the tags. Nothing super fancy, but it does give me a place to write, and it covers up the toolbox with the tools in it and whatever it happens to be on the blue tag. I can't even tell. I think it's a guitar and maybe a radio. So covering all that good stuff up. And you're not actually going to see the front of the tags. You're only seeing the top of the tags once they get tucked into that envelope anyway. So I like the way that this works better so that I don't have to try and compete with all of the stuff that's on the tag when I actually do a little bit of journaling on it. And I am using my liquid adhesive to hold all of that down. I'll just put my acrylic block right on top to kind of wait till it sets up just a bit. And then once it's really stuck on there, then I can go ahead and tuck them into their little folder there. So I'm liking how that's looking. I do end up peeling back a little bit off of the blue because the paper that I stuck on there was showing, and I didn't really want it showing outside of the envelope. I had a little bit of excess tape runner on here, so that's what I'm rubbing there. I'm just kind of like rubbing the glue off so that it's not exposed and doesn't stick to the inside of the page protector when it gets put in a page. And then I am working on adhering everything down to the layout, getting my photo placed, and I really like the way that this is coming together. And then I'm also thinking about what other embellishments that I'm going to use, because I know the wood is not going to be enough. I need to add a few other things to this, and maybe some things to soften it up a little bit, because right now it's looking very masculine and very, everything's very rectangular. So I decided to go to the Spectrum Sherbet collection and bring in some florals. Now I punched out a bunch from the laser cut elements that you see here. And I really like that first one that I put down that goes from the pink to the orange, because if you notice, the photo has a pink hue to it, but there is more orange in the paper than pink. So I liked that, but I didn't have very many of those. In fact, I only had one. Everything else was very orange or very pink. And so I played with that a little bit and decided I wasn't super happy with it. I mean, it doesn't look terrible, but it's not my favorite look. So I end up going to the acetate pieces, and some of the acetate pieces are really clear, so you don't really see them on a dark background, and some of them have like a matte white finish behind them, and those are the ones that I end up using. So these are the matte ones. Well, they're matte on the back side, but they're not 100% transparent like the one that I just held up. So I'm going to go with these ones that have the more opaque look than the transparent look. And I like that. I think it softens it up. It's the same color as the pink that's in the photo, the inside of her ears, and the hue of her face from the shadows being cast on it. I do end up adding a few of these orangier ones because there's no way around it. There's orange in the background paper. I mean, those pipes don't look super orange on the screen as I'm voicing this, but they do have an orange cast to them in real life. So by mixing the two, I think I can solve the problem and have some pink and some orange and make it still look good. So I'm liking how that's looking. I do want to put something behind the word fave there, and what I did was I cut off one of the big leaves off of one of those pieces, and I brought it across the front of the photo where there's a lot of dead space, and then my word fave is going to go right on top, and I really like how that looks. It kind of finishes it off for me. I'm going to use some glue dots to adhere all of these things down. I don't make you sit through watching me adhere every single piece down, but you do get to see some of it. So you're not missing everything, but you're not also seeing everything, because it took me a little bit of time to get all of that done. So I'm really liking how that's coming together. While I finish adhering these down, I want to remind you that there are a bunch of people playing along with our Paw Your Way Into Our Hearts video, so or hop, so you can check out all of their links down below. And don't forget to check out what MK's doing. I know she's playing along with Paw Your Way Into Our Hearts as well as Kit Conspiracy, so her video will be very much like mine. It'll be double dipping, but go and check out what she's got going on as well for Kit Conspiracy, because she's using this exact same collection that I am using, and I can't wait to see what she is doing to document her pups. I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of white, let's see here, I think I'm using the Media Gloss spray from Dina Wakley. And yeah, that's what that is. And the bottle for that and the Dilutions white linen spray look very similar except the labels. So that's why I was questioning which one it was. And there you can see that I switched out the dog wood veneer. Now it's not the exact same dog as she is. Actually, it looks closer to my son's dog, but that's okay. You get the point. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to check out everyone else playing along. I'm going to put links down below for any products that I may still be available, and in case you want to purchase those. Thank you again for taking time to spend with me today, and I will see you guys again soon with another video. Bye-bye.